Hi everybody and welcome back to Mountain Aquatics. Hopefully you can see me here in the corner, tucked away. So as you can see, we're in a bit of a forgotten about area of the garden, and we thought we would bring a bit of life to this area and add a nature pond. Now we've seen that Blagdon are doing a no-dig nature pond at the minute, retailing around £200. If you're interested in one, we'll leave a link down in the comments below. We've already started on the base. If you want to see how we did that and up until this point, I'll add the video in now. Hello, boy. Okay. Come on then. Let's make a pile. It's the heaviest one so far. They're heavy. One more, I think. Whew. This is the big one. Right then, and now that you're all caught up, let's get this box open and see how easy it is to build. The exciting part. So we'll open the box, see what we're dealing with. The instructions, do I look at them? Let's see. Should be fairly simple. With this pond you do get a free floating fountain pump, so this will add a bit of movement to the water. Solar powered, so this pond is a total standalone unit. This is the underlay for the pond, and this is the liner. So I'm going to place the pond down now in position, because obviously these gaps between the logs I'm going to need to fill in. Won't use gravel, I'll probably use some dirt and some sand, but I just want to see what area we're going to be covering. So on the covered plastic pieces is where you put these little clips in. Fairly simple, they clip into place. The clips that have got the little hook bit on the top, that's to hold the liner in place. Make sure they go on the top of the pond. So far this is very simple. It's a fairly shallow pond, but it's a good size around. Okay, so that went together quite easily. Probably took me 8 to 10 minutes. Once you've got the surround done, which is a easily one-person job, you can look at getting the liner in. So this liner is designed specifically for this pond. It should be a nice, simple setup. So we'll line up these little eyelets with the hooks, and then simply hook them from the top into place. Working your way all the way around the pond until they're all located. Now we've got the nature pond in position, I know where I need to fill in underneath just to support this pond a bit more, and just make sure that the liner's not going to pull. Obviously if you're doing this on flat ground it would be a lot easier. As I'm changing the design a little and I'm putting this on top of the logs, I just want to make sure that it's fully supported. Do you know, I'm amazed actually. I think if it wasn't for the faffing about that I'm doing here, just trying to make this pond a little bit something different and out of the ordinary, I think I could have actually built the Blagdon nature pond in about 15 minutes. It was so simple to do. The design, just click it all in, and the liner's already cut to size and to shape. So easy. I'd definitely build one of these again. So all I'm doing here is just filling in these gaps, just to better support the weight of the pool and the water, because we've got quite an uneven footing on the logs. Okay, so we've levelled off the base now, filling in the gaps where the logs were, so we should have a better support for the pond. We're going to put the underlay back on, although I have noticed that the liner on this pond is very thick, to be fair, so I'm not worried about it. And that should sit a lot better. Now the pond's in place and nice and sturdy, we can get some water in. Okay, So we'll fill the pond up now. Obviously we're going to add some of the Blagdon Fresh Start. That will just remove the chlorines, chloramines, any heavy metals from the water and make it safe for wildlife. And whilst the pond is filling up, let's have a look at, this is also what's added with the Blagdon No Dig Nature Pond, is a way for the wildlife to get in and out of the pond. So we'll try and work out where the best place for this to go will be. Again, this looks fairly simple, just like putting the rest of the pond together, and everything just clicks into place like that. Nice and simple. We'll add in the pump, which works straight away. And in this kit you do get a series of heads, so we can have a play with it and get something that's going to look quite nice. So it's not the sunniest of days today, it's very cloudy and it has just come out of the box, but as you can see it's already got enough flow just to keep movement in this water. So with the little Blagdon fountain kit you get a couple of fixing options. The one we're going to go with is we're going to use this bag that comes with it. We're going to simply fill it up with a bit of the gravel that's around the pond, and this will act as an anchor to keep our fountain in place. There's no issue with it moving around the pond, but if we want it in its best position in the middle where it's going to get the most sun, then we'll use this. Okay, so there we are. The pond's set up and in place. It's filled with water, it's holding water, and it's in the position where we want it. As you can see at the front, because we've raised the level, any frogs, toads, newts won't be able to get up the ladder just yet. We're going to create a more natural ladder down at the bottom for them to get them onto that first step, so then get in the pond. They can get in and out quite easy with this integrated step that they've got here. And there's also a little planting area at the side. We'll add some plants to this pond as well, just to make it more natural. Now I've been gone about 2 weeks. We've left the pond to mature a little bit, and we're just back at today to add a few plants. We're going to put some lilies in, some hornwort, and maybe some ornamental grass. Actually, I've got something that I think we can use for this purpose. So this is the hornwort we're putting in. Look at that for a good specimen, weighted. This is a plant that I've grown myself in my own vats that I supply to customers on jobs that we're on. Some plants we get in and some we grow ourselves just because we know we're going to get better quality like this. It's something I've toyed with putting on the website actually. So if it's something you guys would be interested in, some pond plants grown by me, decent specimens, decent sized plants for your pond. The hornwort, that we will just throw in. So the pond itself is looking pretty good actually. It's been sat here a few weeks now. The water's a little bit murky, but it's a natural pond. It's not a koi pond. The actual solar fountain, I think, is doing really well. So it's been sat there for a few weeks. It's a really sort of overcast day today. I mean, you can't really see the sun. It's behind the clouds. And it's still going strong. I've noticed as well that the spitter itself actually, it sort of splashes on the solar panels, and I think that's a way it keeps itself clean and clear of debris so that it's more effective. I don't know if that was design or if that's just coincidence that it's happened, but it works really well. So I've just put the hornwort in. As you can see, it floating there. That'll help to stop the green watering away, and especially the blanket weed on the sides that could come on a pond like this, because this will also eat the same nutrients in the water. It'll use that to grow that the algae would use. Also, over time, it will cover some of the water as well. So the hornwort's in. I'll just go and grab the lily now, and we'll get the lily in. The lily, another good specimen. This isn't one that I've grown. This is a shop bought specimen. But yeah, simply lower the lily in. Nice and slow, so that you're not kicking up all that dirt that's in there for the lily. And place it where you want it. Let's move the fountain out of the way. And it goes again. Obviously you've got the steps here for the wildlife to get in and out of the pond, but as we've raised this on some natural looking logs, I just want to put some logs here so that the animals can get in and out of the pond. Now that should make it a little bit easier for them to go in and out of the pond as they want. This little part here is more for a marginal plant. There is a ornamental grass, I don't know the name I'm afraid, but it's a variegated grass, and I've had it and used it myself sort of on the sides of ponds, just where it's moist. It's not really in the water, which I think will suit this what we've got here. So I'm just putting some gravel in, and then I can put the plant in, and the roots of this plant will just sit in the water, and it'll grow and it'll fill this gap, and it's just an extra little nice looking bit.